God is good, and with each day that passes brings us a day closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. This is the Nathan Napalm channel, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in Pantheon related news and information on our march to launch. Today, guys, I want to talk about public dungeons, my absolute favorite thing in the world. I love me some public dungeons, and I want to talk about why that's so important and why it has me so freaking hyped for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Okay, let me start with this. I've always loved public dungeons, even back when I didn't know what an instance dungeon was. I just loved going into this place, and there's other people, and I know they're there for the same thing as I am, because they're in a dungeon, and because they must be within that level range. Don't kill me, I know there's some exceptions to that rule. But anyway, you knew if you went to the entrance of a dungeon, you went right inside the dungeon, it was highly likely you would find a group. It was highly likely that everybody was there to get experience and to dive deep into the dungeon, and it was like you were meeting people who were just like you. It would be like if there was a way in Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game that you could just go to a place and there was people waiting for you to join their game. That's how I felt, and I loved it. And exploring dungeons and finding new mobs and getting better at your role and providing something for the other people in the group, making them and their experience even better, is just the most exhilarating times I've ever had in gaming. And that includes today. Right now I'm playing EverQuest 2, and in case you didn't know, EverQuest 2 is full of public dungeons and a very non-instance game, at least on the progression server where they've restarted the game that I'm playing on Kaladin right now. And you can join us, by the way. I have a guild, the Knights of Napalm, a very thriving, beautiful community where everybody's grouping, hanging out. I get on, I get groups with everybody, and we go ahead and we have a good time. Anyway, this isn't a plug for the Knights of Napalm. What I'm trying to tell you is that things when you're in a public dungeon happen that cannot happen in an instance. Events and plans and things that the whole adventure of that dungeon heavily revolves around the other people in the dungeon that aren't in your group. For example, we were in a dungeon in EverQuest 2 not too long ago, and what happened was we went down into this part looking for this particular named mob to kill, hoping for some sweet loot, of course. And we pull the room, well, not the entire room, we pull pieces of the room, we knocking out all the mobs in the area so it's clear, so we can get to this named mob. We're looking at the named mob the whole time, we're just trying to clear it so we don't get wiped. We cleared the room out, and I mean the second that the room is cleared and I start heading towards to pull this named mob, and I'm in motion, moving towards it, another group swoops right in and pulls it right in front of my face. Alright? That happens. It sucks, right? Like, we lost our named mob. We were a little upset. We're like, oh, are you serious? Here's the deal. That isn't a big deal. It doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of jerks who do that. I don't even know if these people are being jerks. It's possible that they didn't realize, they were just stupid and didn't know that that was obviously what we were trying to do. I don't know their story. I don't mind. It happened. Now, let's talk about the good things that happen from public dungeons, though. How about when a group swoops in and saves your butt because some wandering mob gets on you and your group and is devastating and murdering you, and another group swoops in and saves your butt? What about when you all wipe, and instead of just restarting the zone with no consequence, Pantheon is a game, thankfully, that is going to have consequences to death, so you don't really want to release, and there's other healers in the dungeon who come and help you. What about the good old days when you used to park, for example, your healer, your max level healer at the front of the dungeon, maybe throw some buffs on, but mainly park it there so that you can res the group in case they die, or your high level tune just to help get the group down deeper into the dungeon where you want to go. What about all the fun times in your guild? Just if your game that you're thinking of had this available anyway, level syncing or mentoring down to lower level guild members and just running through these old fun dungeons together with them and teaching them and helping them and guiding them and showing them the cool places to XP and just having fun. What about that? What about those good old times where you go in a public dungeon and you have no plans, you have no idea, nobody in your guild wants to group at this particular time, maybe there's nobody on, all your friends are at work, and you log on, you just go to a dungeon, and you're at the entrance, and bam, you get an invite, you go join this group, you meet new people, you end up making new friends, you have a good time, etc. Public dungeons are what makes the MMORPG world go round, and with that, I want to say that Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is going to feature a ton of public dungeons, no instances, public dungeons for us to explore, find people, have fun, tons of mobs, tons of awesome, and a stream of How Near Cave, one of my favorite dungeons they've shown so far, coming up on February 25th, and with all that excitement, I have to play a song right now.
God is good, God is good, God is so freaking good.
Hey, that's offensive.
If you don't like that, then you will go to hell.
That's it, I'm unsubscribing. So guys, public dungeons, I love them. I think I've made that abundantly clear, especially if you've been following my channel for a long time. You will know how much I talk about dungeons and exploring and meeting people in them and gathering up people to go down into their depths and all this kind of thing. I just love it, and I just want to say a couple other things about Pantheon Rise of the Fallen that I'm really excited about to deal. You know, there's plenty to be excited about, but dealing with the public dungeons would definitely be the fact that we're not going to have a map, we're going to have no idea where we're at, we're going to have to explore it and figure it out, write our own maps on graph paper that we have sitting beside our keyboard in a old school, what are they even called, the little trapper keeper, is that right, is that what they're called? Anyway, the fun never ends when we're talking about public dungeons, and I'm just had to make this video to get this off my chest, just to talk with you guys, see what you think, and talk about this, okay, because it's so much fun. Anyway guys, that's enough for today. If you want more content about Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, please join me here at the Nathan Napalm channel. That is what I cover here. Also, if you'd like to really support the channel, don't forget you can become a member of the Nathan Napalm channel by clicking the join button down below. And if you're on a smartphone device, that join button may not show, you can go down into my description, and towards the bottom of that description I'll have a link for those people. Guys, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for following the Nathan Napalm channel. We just recently hit over 4,000 subscribers. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you so much for coming here day after day, week after week, and hearing me talk about Pantheon, about RPGs and JRPGs and whatever the heck I talk about, for watching my puppet videos, for watching my graphic novel, whatever you call that. All the support you give me. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm also on Twitter, the Nathan Napalm. And follow me there because I do a lot of announcements there that aren't done anywhere else. And of course you get to see every once in a while me conversing with Brad McQuaid and other members of Visionary Realms, and that's usually where it happens at. And guys, once again, I just want to thank you for all of your support and everything, and until next time, God bless and happy gaming. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. My friends all say I'm it's a video buffet, you can even hit replay. But please just subscribe, I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize, but just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.